same.
blasphemy
I have
is
multiple
this?
monitors.
I wasn't a few minutes ago because I was trying to kill the goddamn wolf lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
ready for
I
Ito.
love it. I love it, but I hate it so much.
Oh yes, the Oilers are losing. Yeah.
Yay!
And Flames are winning. Woo!
Hey.
This
Hello
is
and welcome
terrible
back.
news.
Hello and welcome back to Hockey Night in Canada.
We're playing we're
Hockey night in the courtroom.
we're playing the Sharks. We're playing the Sharks, so this is especially fun for me because my brother is a Sharks fan. So this is especially fun for me.
Are you just
Again,
pointing and
welcome back to
laughing at
Hockey
him?
Night.
Qualify.
I'm
Across all
sending
sectors.
him Snapchats, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh, we out here frying some fish today, Keeks. We out here frying some fish, and he's like, oh, shut up.
Shark fin
That's
soup,
being
anyone?
that's how it be, and did.
Yeah, shark fin soup, anyone? Anyway, it's been fun. I always like to tease him. Alright.
Okay, so we have someone. Okay, since we have another person here, I'm going to take a
Hiya.
bit more of a. I'm gonna take a bit more of a break, and I'm gonna delegate this person, whose name is Frey, to take over some of the voices I normally do as well. And just
Great. Do
play
you want to
Reduce
take
Game.
over? Do you want to take over Van Zeeks? Or
I would love to.
okay, you
Alright.
can take Van Zeeks.
The floor
Good
is yours.
choice.
Oh, oh no.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
just a sec. Had to stop my Genshin. Was trying to do my dailies, you know. Gotta get those extra primo gems.
Dude.
You know, that
Honestly-
daily grind. I hate it here.
I hate
Mr.
it.
Van Zeeks, are you okay? You seem to be opening some sort of mysterious tablet from the future. You were talking gibberish right there for a second.
You know, he's a prosecutor. He can do whatever he damn well pleases.
He
Exactly.
literally threw a wine bottle last time, so...
I
mean,
love
yeah.
this man so much. I love him.
Okay.
Also,
know what,
I just have
Frey?
to say, since getting a new computer, it looks so fucking sharp and it makes me so happy.
Genshin or,
Everything.
Yeah, I'll bet.
yes. Everything is
Everything
shiny.
Everything is shiny and sharp and it's running at 1080p and it's smooth and it makes me happy.
Oh, that's funny. I'm actually streaming this to you guys at 720p. It's actually downstairs.
Ha! You fool!
It
To be
still looks really sharp though.
When you're on a nice monitor, it's
Activate
still
my
gonna look
draft card.
hella sharp.
I mean, if you really want to know the definition of sharp, I could stream the full 1440p original resolution.
And I don't even know if any of us have a monitor that supports that.
No,
Hey, Oh, I do.
there you go.
The only
there's
thing good about my computer about my build is my monitors.
Ah, yeah, 1440p gang, high five.
Woo! Also,
the
don't
other two
worry,
are
I
1080.
got you. I got you. There you go. Wait, there you go. Definition of sharp. I got you, man. Don't worry.
It's so
Nice.
It's so
Okay,
sharp.
no, in all seriousness though, I'm actually gonna still downscale it to 720 just to make sure none of the frames are dropped on the
Yeah.
screen. it
That's
looks like-
smart.
You know what? I just dropped 1,000 frames apparently.
Wow.
Well,
Damn.
shit. Anyway, it's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Frey, you're taking over as judge as well because I don't want to.
And judge? Okay, I got this.
Kill the animals.
You can be. You know what? You're taking over, Judge, today. The old man's voice needs to rest.
Okay, I got you, man. Don't worry. The judge is actually a little schoolgirl. Don't worry. I got no.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
No.
Alright.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Jeez.
Constable Royal Beach, sir! Now you're upon the street, sir! Oh, hold on.
Alright, Cammy.
Hold on, he has a thing in his mouth, so I gotta be accurate to this.
You're
Cammy.
gonna just chew on it?
Cammy, who wants to do her, me or you?
Oh, she's so cute.
She is cute.
What
Who
voice
wants to
should
do-
she? What voice should she have? We should
I feel like-
discuss.
Yeah, I feel like she would have a very like kind of like higher pitched, like cutesy
Yeah.
voice.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have a way of
Like,
matching his
very,
guy's
like-
helmet. Got you.
Like
Got you.
very,
His next
like-
lines are gonna be me.
I
Patricia's
feel
my
like who should voice this Cammy? Here's the great debate.
Hey, debate. We should leave
Kyle.
outside source. Outside sources.
No, we're not gonna go down that road.
Who should voice it?
Who should
Who should
voice,
voice
guys?
Seen you guys. If you want, you can even have Kyle do it if you really want to.
Kyle.
This has disaster written all over it. I'm just
Well, then-
saying.
Kyle, you get to pick.
I was just gonna say flip a coin. If you never
Oh, I
said.
don't have a coin handy.
Oh, you know
hold
what?
up.
I'm gonna get my
We'll
wallet.
Okay.
I love that I can hear running away from his, like, running away from the mic.
No, because I have a, because my setup is slightly better where I have a boom mic, so every time, and it's, my microphone's all fancy too, so.
What brand of
Fancy,
boom
but
mic do you
I
use?
I love that I can hear you
Blue
being
Yeti.
further away from the mic.
Ooh. Do you know
Okay.
which one in specific?
The original Yeti.
Oh, okay.
OG Yeti. I spent
Yeah.
quite a bit of money. Okay. Alright,
Oh,
kids,
that's
we're gonna
fair,
pull out a
man, that's
dime. I'm
fair.
gonna pull out a dime because I don't think I have a quarter in my wallet.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, no, screw it, you know what? We're doing a nickel. Alright,
Okay.
call it heads or tails.
I'll call tails.
Heads, then.
No, it's all on the floor, but
I.
Ah, shit, it fell under. No! Peter, fuck! Okay, getting another coin. We're gonna fix this.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, dime. Call it heads or tails.
Same, I
Yep.
guess.
Yeah.
Who called heads? I forgot.
Cammy.
Yeah.
And we have tails.
Okay. it's me.
Nice.
I lost 5 cents. Fuck.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh no! I
Rest in
lost
peace to
10
those 5 cents. Rest in
lost
peace to
5
those 5 cents.
Ripping pepperoni.
Okay. And I'm Miss B. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town's hero's wife.
What's the story here?
Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day.
No, it's not. It was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired.
Sorry, my thing's a little bit behind. Hardly surprising.
Actually, you know what? I actually just realized since he's doing since you're doing Van Zeek's, we'll have Kyle do judge just so he has something to say.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world.
Oh, really? I'm sure I heard that before, actually.
Indeed! Apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know!
Your Honor, you sound a little rough today.
Cleaned out the sniffles a bit, I'll be fine. Maybe. They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that meters are reading true. And they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our street lights.
Items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all.
I would just be falling asleep on my feet. I would have collapsed long ago.
But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor.
That dramatic pointing.
Right?
And a man of slumber.
On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Miss Beat?
Right, sir. Isn't it really?
What a great.
Oh my god, that music! That music
Right?
is so happy!
Your Honor, are you alright? You haven't spoke a word. You just slammed your gavel.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You'll tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident.
You okay?
This lady's a nap.
It was our wedding anniversary, and Riley was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. And the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him clear as day.
Okay, I have two comments about this. One, that guy did not speak at all. And two, I wanted to say something as soon as she said police box, but I'm like, wait, hold yourself.
You Doctor Who fan, you? Oh my god.
No, it's the 1800s. It's the 1800s. The frickin' TARDIS is built from from a police box in the 60s, I think. I might be a bit rusty on that.
I'm just
The TARDIS
saying.
would still show up here.
I'm just saying, you freaking Doctor Who fan, you.
The Charmeleon circuit's broken.
They're called Hoovians? Gosh.
Get it right, jeez.
Uncultured swine.
Uncultured. You uncultured Centauran. Anyway.
God damn it.
Ouch.
Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say.
Oh dear. This policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsumi. Their testimony is true. The alternate course of events that you establish in this examination will be quashed. Van Zeeks? Zeeks!
So sorry, was muted. In death's knell, in fact. Because that alternative was never viable in the first place.
What an unfortunate bechancing! And on your wedding anniversary, too!
Oh, I know. But I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London hobby sounds very indeed.
Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon.
What do you mean by that?
My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without doubt the accused, Mr. Natsumi. Soseki Natsumi. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure.
Except that man is so tired, his wife has to do all the talking.
Counsel for the defense! Commence the cross-examination, please!
Sounds like the judge needs to take a mint.
I feel like the judge needs to have like he smokes like a pack of cigarettes, and
I mean,
he needs to stop.
I mean, during this time, that's not unheard of, actually.
No, it's not.
I like how it just shifts slightly to the right for to Patricia, and then doesn't even focus on him. Ever. Wait, what was his name?
What? How dare you? It's Rory?
Really?
Is it
Rolly,
Yeah,
right there, right
Rolly.
there.
Okay, Rolly. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, having a
Oh,
way beat.
No time to change after work, you say. Are you also a member of the police, Miss Beat? Mrs. Beat?
Oh, no, really not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can apply.
Oh my god, her icon still says smiling! Oh my god. I
She's
just noticed
cute.
that.
Honestly, these two are
Adorable.
adorable witnesses.
Look at him, he's so cute! Oh my god.
A devoted London Bobby. He's a devoted London Bobby.
Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can you? Can't you?
Really looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, Dud? Oh dear God.
Is he talking in his sleep?
Also, anyone else notice that the two are literally wearing the exact same scarf?
Yes.
I think we're connected, actually.
yes. That's what I was going to say.
No.
No, like I don't mean matching. I mean it is literally just the same scarf wrapped
It's
around
just
both
a
their
long
necks.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so cute. They're a cute
They
couple.
are.
They're a very cute couple. I love it.
It's
Oh, no. Really, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. God, Suzato, you're so cute.
Here's the point! You were going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct?
That's right, sir. Yes. Oh, fuck the line. I can feel a whole little my feet. What's that now?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I'm
I-
sorry.
I heard something starting with an F. Do you guys?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I heard
evolved
I'm
to like Charlie Brown
heard-
horn.
I heard like I am the proper something fucker, and I was like,
I heard London fucker.
Oh,
I'm
you
a
mean
London
this?
fucker instead
Oh,
of
okay.
proper.
Okay.
Sir, I proved that I'm a London fucker.
Damn, man. That's a little black up there.
Yeah, it sounds like fucker. It's funny.
Yeah, it sounds like fuck.
Football Copper.
Cucker? Whoa.
Whoa!
Well, he has something in his mouth, so I assume that he has something in his mouth like this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or did you even consume that's his beard? No, never mind. I see it. I see it when he talks. Good chat.
No, Frey, that's part of his. That's part of his chin strap.
Do you believe in fucking
With all due
everybody?
respect, any man who has a facial hair like that should be dragged to the street and shot.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I have many questions as to why your facial hair is like that. 1, why is your facial hair like that? 2, how did you make it like that? 3, can you do it for me?
Yeah.
Wait,
And then shoot him.
Hold on.
And then
hold on.
and then steal his outfit.
I love how that took you guys
There's
a
only
second to
one.
be like, wait, what?
There's only one.
I'm just like, huh, okay, wait. Wait
That
a
took you
second.
guys a second to
Yeah, so
realize.
this sounds completely reasonable. Wait a second.
Yeah. To return the fish of later in town, and also the fish is a common man. Sir, if this is a real cause, I call it 20 lives every single day without fail and without grumble. Because I know that for time, the flying of my bitches over is to hear to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it. Also, I can't understand what the heck you're saying. But sir, just after here again, I was looking forward to him every way after that. This is the oh my. I'm sorry, I had to stop for a second, like, oh my.
They're so cute!
Okay,
God.
hold on, I have to do this.
Honestly,
this properly.
I think these are some of my favorite witnesses in this game just because of how wholesome they are.
Oh my god.
Little eye shines. That's
They're
cute.
so adorable.
Mrs. B puts up with a lot being married to a boy like me. I want to show them idea how much I care.
So cute.
Oh, pot. Oh.
Really? Oh. My thoughts exactly, Susanoo.
Right, Susano's saying what everyone else here is thinking.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing this because it's actually kind of annoying to keep doing this in and out of my mouth. So, anyway.
A charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold.
If a little over the top, perhaps.
Oh, shut up, Rhinosuke.
What do you know?
What are you on?
And then, kindly describe what happened next.
Hold it! 2 silhouettes?
That's right. They were coming towards us, heading up Rye Road in the opposite direction.
Oh.
There was a plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in this print. And like Mr. Natsume.
Yes, unfortunately, it does.
Zeeks.
God damn it, I keep muting myself, I'm sorry! And you're certain that at that time there was nobody else nearby?
Yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there were streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling?
Oh, sorry, hold on. Yeah, right. That's right. Of course, there was that four-corner crown. But Briar Road is dead straight, and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. Then there's a street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrian.
Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer, please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you just said?
Yes, sir. As a cop who spends all day, every day, keeping the watch from the streets, I swear to it, sir. I'm as sure as my love for Patricia is true.
Aww.
Oh, Pat!
See? They're so fucking cute.
Still
God.
maintaining that there was no one else other than the victim.
Our collective hearts are just gonna melt into a puddle by the end of this trial.
I know, right? It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened.
It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run.
Oh, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, didn't it? Did it? He fled to the scene all too convincingly.
Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed?
Hold it! Scattered something. What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. Then, when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling?
Oh yes, that's right. It was some old books.
I see. Old books.
Yes, sir. The culprit has dropped a number of them all around where the victim lay on the pavement.
Indeed. As clearly pictured in this photographic print.
That Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Hold it! Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. Oh, we saw him! It was the man out in the dock without questions. The mustache, the hunched back, the cat-like eyes, the tall mouth, the snub nose, everything! Any more insults you want to throw in?
He looked down at the fence woman with those terrifying eyes. And suddenly he threw his books on the pavement and ran away.
I see. This is tough. They seem to be as though they're telling the truth here.
May I remind the court that this ambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife? Now please, continue.
Yes, sir! Just collapse right away. Hold it! Was it your husband who went to fetch for help?
I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling?
Ah! Yes, that's right. I asked Mrs. B to go. I was off duty by that point, but Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene.
Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Preserving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance.
That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box for the bait. So I told Patricia the way to the police box for the beat the incident fell under, so she could go and report.
As quickly as I could and asked for help for the police on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
Thanks to you, case resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
You're dying, Frey.
No, you're dying.
Oh, please.
Like my
You're
wife,
making us... Yeah, you were,
Yeah, you kinda
robot
sound kinda bad about it.
Van Zeeks there for a bit.
Okay.
Oh, please, you're making us blush. Isn't he, darling?
Yes, sir! Patricia said, sir! Let's move on, shall we? Hold it!
Oh, my stream's running behind. This is fun.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
It's 30 FPS. We're gonna cut the frame rate back down a bit. Hey guys, I don't want to reduce it any further than that.
That's fair.
But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you?
Absolutely could.
Poor Molly.
Try. We absolutely could. Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know.
Not too hot yet.
I'll be back. Give me a second.
Oh, the light from the street lamps is more than enough. And my husband already told you the fog was only light, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, not so rough. We do more rough stuff at home.
Oh my.
Yes, and what of the fog?
We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course.
It is. You can't even see the hand at the end of your own.
Is it okay on your end? Is it still lagging behind?
No, I was laughing because of you doing
That's all rough, dear. Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about?
Fog makes her eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was the little Japanese man. Can't we, darling?
Yes. It was the accused, and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, and the cat-like eyes, the top mouth, and the snubble. Unmistakable, sir! As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. The suspects on this are running away from the scene of the crime. So that's it? That's it? Is it? That's their entire testimony?
Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing this testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beats saw what they saw. Mr. Natsumi running away from the scene on Briar Road that day.
Yeah, I feel the same.
So, if that's true, where does that leave us?
The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony.
Oh no. Then what do we do? Oh no!
If Kazuma-sama was here,
What are you trying to say?
I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony.
What do you mean, somewhere else?
Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the fact, you might be able to discredit them to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate.
Oh.
Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere.
Okay. Oh, sorry. No, what's going on?
Rip.
Okay, I'm actually lowering the quality even further, unfortunately. It's not like crap on your end. But that's just to sort of help with the stream a bit on your end. Oh, wow, I dropped quite a bit of frames, actually. Oh, wow. Okay.
If we don't, I'm afraid the trial might reach an early and unfavorable conclusion.
Why do I always seem to be so up against it?
Here, sir, can I ask you something?
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
Well, you're asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe her. I'm sorry. What?
It's hilarious.
Get Molly.
That's so cute, but so funny at the same time. I'm sorry. It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it.
What? No, it's not really that at all.
My husband's a policeman, remember? I know what I saw. I remember every last detail. Everything. Like, oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one. I could. Every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is?
This poor dude. This poor dude.
No, it won't do at all! That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for assaulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will.
I really didn't mean it to cause offense. Please, put your husband's fist down.
Put your husband's fist down. My god.
Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Beat. Might that appease you?
I like how he casually fixes his wig.
Thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling?
Fell asleep. Oh, you might want to read that. That's new line.
I could even see the names of the 4 books you dropped at the scene.
Hold it! Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say.
Those purchased by the accused at the nearby second-hand bookshop on the day in question.
Into the police box for help. I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I am a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Rolly.
And what was your husband doing at the time?
Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest.
Ah, okay, I see how it is. Okay.
Honestly, mood.
He works ever so hard, you know. Ever so hard. Don't you, my darling?
Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime.
Well, Mrs. B, seeing as you've regaled the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene?
I'd be happy to. Now, are all of you listening? There was the picture of Monsieur somebody or another, and what's it yearnings? Then there was, a meal for someone, and the last one was definitely the thing gummies something.
The picture of Monsieur Lecoq, a meal for Gabriel, Canterbury Yearnings, and there's only 3. So, the Thingammy something is clearly not a book.
A 4th book?
You see?
Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory.
Oh, well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure.
There were indeed books found at the scenes with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Well, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, Molly?
Oh, since my Patricia will have to answer to we'll have to me to answer to. Oh, he pulls out a gun.
Jeez, I didn't know weapons were allowed in court, sir.
Yeah,
I mean-
the dude has a sword.
If they have swords,
I mean,
it's
fair
very safe to say he
enough.
has a gun.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yes, she really is. Okay. So that's it. That's the entire testimony. Yeah, we already went through this.
Tammy, I feel bad. Do you want to take over Patricia for a little bit?
Sure.
I feel bad because you're just sitting there.
I'm just chilling. I'm texting Megan.
Oh, dear God.
Well, I mean, it's already clear.
Objection!
So, you're saying that there were 4 books?
Oh no.
That's right. I remember all of them. The picture of Monsieur somebody, what's it yearnings, a meal for somebody, and the Thingammy something.
I'm sorry, Miss Beat. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours.
Oh, what flaw?
Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4!
What?
This is the receipt for the bookshop where the defendant bought his books.
Your books?
Yes, and it details some assumptions and purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed.
Only 3? No. That can't be. I remember seeing them. There are 4 books, I tell you. 4 dirty old books.
Oh really? Have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books.
I just don't believe it.
Ah! Ah!
I saw them there. I saw it. I saw them.
No, madam, I'm afraid your powers of observations cannot be relied upon. So it cannot be denied that though you say there was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no.
I like how you just fell from
Objection!
that.
Oh no 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 no.
Oh no no no. Oh, there it is.
No,
Oh, there
no.
it is. There it is.
It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend.
What? Oh, he's pouring wine again.
What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running away from the scene, a fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving.
Ah!
So you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair?
Ugh, he sees right through me.
But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you.
What are you talking about?
It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect. You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection!
But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books.
Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print.
That print? You mean to say...
Allow me to present another, one that shows the victim's hand.
I don't believe it. Oh my god, is he playing an Edgeworth and just updating the... Instead of updating
Oh!
Pretty
He's-
much.
Oh, I'm tilting my head to read it.
The
The
light.
Lions of
Oh.
Pride. It's the 4th book.
As you will observe,
I legit turned like upside down. Like,
the 4th book was
What
hidden
does
from
that say?
view in the original print by the victim's torso.
No. No! I mean, you know, it would be useful if you presented that earlier.
I love the scene of the zoomed out courtroom and Rhinosuke like laying his head on the desk because Susano's in the background looking so concerned.
Right. I mean, you saw how hard he hit that blow.
Oh, okay, that hasn't
Right.
been presented yet. Wait, hold on. Okay, well, hold on. I need that print in my hands. I have some. It's a bit suspicious.
There, you see? You see? Look at that. Look, look, look.
Yes.
It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
Yes, sir. Patricia Solar is right, sir.
Zeke,
Mr. Zeke.
Let us study the receipts for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Miss Beat, the titles once again, if you please.
Yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur Somebody or Other.
I don't know how to read these out loud. Fuck, I am. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq. Lecoq? Lecoy.
the cock. The cock.
4 different versions.
We're going to go with Lecoy.
Okay.
I don't
Just
know.
wanna
The cock sounds really good too.
Lecoq.
Yes, yes.
What's
Oh.
yearnings?
Canterbury Yearnings.
A meal for someone.
A meal for Gabbro, in fact. As the court as just heard, the witness remembers the book titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Miss Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional.
Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman paid me a compliment.
I really don't like Van Zeeks right now.
I think he's
Yes,
pretty good right
sir!
now.
Flawless, sir! Patricia's flawless!
I think Van Zeeks is a very pretty man.
He is a
pretty
very
man.
pretty man. Yeah,
He's a
very
pretty man,
but he is also
but-
destroying your case right now.
He is destroying my fucking case, and I'm not I am not amused.
Mind you, destroying it with style.
Absolutely. Did you see that
guess.
wine glass throw into the fire? Beautiful.
I mean, have you seen the German lady just whip you? In court?
No, but can I? What?
Next time we do regular Ace Attorney,
Ah, perfect. I'm excited.
that won't be for
My-
a while.
Favorite prosecutor to play, Francesca Parma.
Anyway.
Love her.
But there's only 3 books in the receipt, and Miss Pete mentioned 4.
There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly, the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print.
I'm sorry, Counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt?
It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim.
The victim was holding her own book?
I wonder, what became of that fourth book?
Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence. Wow, he's a prick.
I know, right?
Yeah, well, welcome to mystery prosecutors. They kind of do that.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
gonna withhold evidence.
You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, Counsel.
My pleasure, my lord.
Asshole. Love him. What do you ask?
The prosecution rests.
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, so
It's bitten.
it's
Well, it's the lion's
you have a
pride. Is that a book?
oh no
um,
no, there it is, there it is. Hold on. Okay, no,
What's
that
the
that does
problem,
no,
dog?
that does match up with the book, so we can't rule that out. Well, let's take a look at the book then.
Oh, I think I already know what it is. I think. Oh, look at this. The book has been badly burnt.
You're right. You'd never be able to read it in the state, especially not the latter pages.
What a terrible waste.
Judging from the scorched edge of the papers, I think the damage must have occurred very recently.
A book recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? Yeah. No, that totally is a red flag. Can I actually open the book? Or am I just gonna
Why
open
is
the
that?
book?
Why is it a red flag?
Well, it
Yes,
seems
yeah,
a bit
why isn't
odd.
it?
Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride.
I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all. So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I've heard of a book by that name before. And very recently, too.
It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruto.
Frickin' what's his name was reading it, wasn't he? Wasn't
I feel like I already get it. I think I know.
Yeah, you're thinking Mr. Garden?
I'm thinking about the carpet in the guy's room.
I put the
The
piece.
prosecution rests.
I understand now. I understand now.
I have nothing further to add.
What?
You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but in vain. But futile. The spurious, longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination.
Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I?
See? Everything we've said is true. Isn't that right, my darling?
Yes, Pat! Marry me, Pat!
Oh.
So perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? You have heard all the witnesses and seen all the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruto, a very terribly precarious position.
I know, but if I fight back the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Renosuke, think. What do I do now? I hate when the game gives me this of raise an objection or wait and see.
I think it's interesting that Rolly said to marry him. Seems sus.
Okay, I have to link it somehow, but... Alright, let's take a majority vote then. Who says we should raise an objection?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
That's two? Is that three?
Raise an objection. Yep.
That's three? Alright. Raise an objection. Objection! I'm not done yet.
No, my learned friend. It's over. The last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There is no more room for debate.
Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but... I can't think of what to say.
It seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point.
Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this. Get wrecked, kid.
Insult Susato. She will Susato toss you across the room, Benzix.
I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I considered my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable.
Yes, stand up for your girl. Mr. Naruto! Kyle.
Right.
One of this land's great guardian principles is tolerance. So, the court will hear you, madam.
Go ahead, Mrs. Sato, please.
Very well. Pray that what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished.
I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you?
Mr. Naruto, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their learnings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is. Why? So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible.
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. This is it. Suzato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. Can't let this go to waste. Well, I mean, I've already found it, but I'm gonna look. I don't think there's anything else to debate about it. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Oh, he's looking pissed. He's looking pissed.
Face, Pansy!
Uh-oh, he's not looking too happy there.
Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked.
Okay, well, I mean, there's nothing I can present there, and I've already looked at the book, I think. I looked at that book, and I looked at that book, and...
What about the author?
There's no author.
There's no author. God damn it!
But I know what to present.
Take that!
What are you
The
presenting?
evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know.
Ah!
Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yes, my lord. It's,
Naruhodo, I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Which means you may very well be on the right track.
yes, I think it might be right.
So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case, which this fourth book conceals?
Well, it's right here. I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question.
The back? What are you? Good gracious! He's been burnt to a crisp!
So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what was clearly an unreadable book? It's undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing. Let me get some back.
Objection!
Of course.
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend?
Oh,
Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So should you wish to assert that this fire damage was some veiled clue as to what happened that day?
Yes.
Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide?
charred book. There's just one possibility, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory.
Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel! Explain this theory of yours! What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered?
Clearly it's about about her owner. That's clearly not fucking hers.
Oh.
No,
My
it is
lord,
not.
the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, this is
We already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand and she fell to the floor after all. It's obviously hers.
The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand is not yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers.
Good gracious! How could you possibly?
Very well. I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry.
Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book?
I very well know who it is.
Sherlock.
No, it's not Sherlock. It's not Sherlock.
It's Herlock
because-
Shalom. Oh my
no,
gosh, that's amazing.
Take that!
Frey hasn't met him.
I
He's
did.
He's a... Oh yeah, himbo man.
The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. God, have you heard of commas for a second there? The certain Mr. and Mrs. Garrity.
The landlords?
I like how he just steps back like, oh my. And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but... Of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garrity herself. Oh, I think that was you, Cammy.
Yes, it was.
Oh my goodness. Me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garrity's wife. I'm his maid.
Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garrity's house?
I would never presume to know all the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public? You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
That is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on top of the floor.
Good lord! What sort of incident, counsel?
A fire, my lord. This is a recap. I'm not gonna go through this.
The whole place full of smoke. Couldn't see a belly thing.
You're fucking
Lion's pride.
Eat shit, Andrews.
By Jove! The very same title as the subject of this debate!
Oh, Jimmy.
Objection!
This is risible. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime.
Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Garrity was considerably enraged, and apparently she continued to attack Mr. Garrity even amid the flames.
awful. I can't imagine being so horrid to the one that you love. Can you, Rolly?
Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir.
Up against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No. A thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted by the very evening of the incident, and there is no report of the Garabius window pane being broken.
That's quite true. We also saw no signs of broken glass when we visited the Garrity household. But is it not conceivable that the window was opened at the time?
Not even remotely! Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter.
Ah!
Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrett's wife?
I believe it's a possibility, my lord. No. Uh-oh.
I hope everyone can see you for what you are, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward.
Really?
Claiming that our little tips set the whole neighborhood alight, honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name.
No, I assure you, that was never my intention.
Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud, simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable.
All right.
Here we go.
How long have we sat here now, listening to this nippity spout out his fancy foreign theories? But, think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. And he ran away from the scene, too.
Oh, who did this?
I think that was Cam.
Yes,
Cameron?
It was me. Yes, it was me. I do declare that you're right.
It's true.
Yes, what did I tell you?
Hey, Frey, will it take over juror number 5?
Makes sense to me.
Huh? Sure? What's that?
Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks?
Can't wait to throw in the fire. In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
No, wait! The mystery of the 4th book still hasn't been... Oh, fuck!
Oh, yes! Kill it! The books
there's
are your
the leg.
predilection, my lord friend. Study them on your own time.
Oh my god,
either.
the magical foot has arrived.
Beautiful.
I just realized Cam hasn't seen the foot yet either.
Oh,
Lady.
What? No forgive the discourtesy this time?
In
It's
that
happening
case,
again.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, You will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty. Guilty.
Yeah, it's happening.
Guilty. Guilty.
Dude, what the fuck is that voice?
Well, it's happened again.
What's happening?
It's a guilty verdict.
That doesn't look good.
Hooray, you're guilty.
Thank you for that unambiguous response.
That's twice now. It's over.
Naruhodo, don't give up.
Mrs. Sato?
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet.
No, you're not suggesting.
Of course. The defense has a right to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance.
My lord, defense asks you to exercise the right to a summation examination.
You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve?
I don't intend to trick anyone. I intend to uncover the truth. There's no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Why are we leaving off here? I really want to know what happens next now. Damn it!
It's only 10:30.
Next time
Yeah, we
on
could keep
Dragon
going.
Ball Z.
Well, you know what? We're gonna keep going for another We're gonna keep going for a bit longer then. Because I really want to know what happens next. I really just want to fucking slap them all in the face.
I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury, and I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman?
We are, my lord.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime.
Alright, here we go. One more time. Judicial findings. Alright, here we go.
The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
It's a novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed. I might reconsider.
Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to the crime if the window was closed, can it?
Deary me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tidy bit of trouble.
To think of it, not a fire, huh? It gave me the sneezes.
What kind of frickin' conclusions are these?
Yes. Considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems.
No, that's bullshit. Half of those weren't even justifiable. Oh.
With one notable exception, of course.
My learned student friend was unable to find the fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
That means I'm afraid that during this summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation of the facts.
But how? What would we even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? These two details are still, or all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
And there I was thinking this. And there I was thinking that this might be hard.
But, Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends.
No pressure then.
That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, counsel.
Oh, yes, my lord. Alright, Inosuke. Focus your mind now.
Ouchie.
Clearly, the key to the summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid, or should I say, Mrs. Garrity.
We have a book that disappeared from the Gertie's house on the evening of the incident. The fourth book found in the victim's hands.
There must be a way to link the two. Yes, that's what we need to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far, whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garrity and how she reacts. Even to the things other people say.
Oh no, you're adding that layer on now? Alright, let's do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Hold it! So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean?
Why, such delight on your face. But I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I'm a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman.
That's great.
If one reads the morning paper, I've forgotten my tea time is. So why read them in the first place? You see, modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking, wouldn't you say?
And not at all extreme.
As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite one or two minor puzzlements, I did declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say?
Overwhelmingly.
But us modern gals are always delighted to embrace new fads, you see. So, I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one.
I'd be happy to do that too.
Let's do our very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady.
Right, I'm glad you admitted the rational there too. Hold it! But what about the possibility that the window was open? Oh, sorry, that's me. Oh shit, that's me, sorry!
Time to talk to you, sir.
Well, what about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. Anyone else reacted? No. How can you be so sure of yourself, person who's clearly not me? The prosecutor fell over that said it earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So, no, that window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, see? But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you? It just wasn't. They wouldn't have opened it. Then what's the point of even having windows, huh?
Counsel, you'll kindly refrain from childish bickering.
Oh, sorry. Somehow I need to show that the undeniable possibility that the window was open. But this young man isn't going to budge otherwise. You know what? I'm not even going to question you. Hold it! Let's go to the old man. Does
Dear
that have
God.
anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry? What's that? You'll have to speak up loud.
It's like, for fuck's sakes. Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake for birthday. It had 75 candles on the top, it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Was that kind of was it some kind of devil worship?
Was not.
I love that. Because birthday cakes are kind of like satanic if you think about it.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
It's just it's so like, we're so used to putting candles on a cake, and Rhinosuke's like, what? Is that devil worship?
I mean,
To
when
be
you think
fair-
about like the time period, it's not a thing that like he would have done.
Yeah,
So
remember,
his
this
perspective,
is...
that probably would be devil worship.
To be fair, remember, Japan had just signed an agreement with London, so not many... So the Japanese obviously have a different way of celebrating birthdays prior to that, so cake wouldn't have been popular at the time. Or they probably wouldn't even know what... they probably wouldn't even bake cake, maybe, but... Like,
Well, no,
candles on
cake
a...
they probably would have like candles on the cake, definitely not.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have, because they're... I believe during that time they might have... The Japanese are quite rich with their traditions during that time, so I'm sure candles plus cake equals devil worship in some form, in a certain form, you know. Anyway, juror
Was
number
not.
6.
It was an angel cake to celebrate my birthday, obviously.
See?
It seems that's a common
Oh, there you
custom
go.
here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo.
Anyway, I mustered all my puff to blow them out. Oh wait, I must have blown wrong somehow. A fire didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place was filled with smoke.
Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold, but how did you catch a cold from a fire?
What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
The windows.
A biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was the devil worship all along. But something about this old man's story is playing in my mind for some reason.
We need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street. As well as how he, or she, could have done it.
Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem to be convinced that they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
Yes, you don't necessarily need to find contradictions between your searches, just a connection. Alright, let's see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in first try.
Hold it!
But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not?
Oh, just in time.
Right?
I just got back from refilling my water bottle.
Ah, perfect! Welcome back.
Alright. With flames of love, I'll have you know.
There is really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb.
Incidentally, I'm gonna refill my water, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree?
Well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have been arising out of your misunderstanding, Mrs. Garrity.
Never you mind that. The point is, we were just having a jovial little dispute, nothing more.
Oh, that poor man.
I know. I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime.
Right, well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? He doesn't seem to be turning the hair of Mrs. Garrity's reckless hostilities.
It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
Or maybe he knows more. You just want to get this over with. How can he sit there and say something like that? A man's future is at stake.
Well, him and me both then, like I said before.
What?
I told you already, I'm a day laborer, aren't I? If I don't bring home some readies with me tonight, you'll find me floating face down in the Thames tomorrow morning.
What?
You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know. She can be fierce, believe you me.
Another shining example of marital bliss.
A situation like this cropped up the other day. I was, well, you know, it's funny, but I can't quite remember. It was too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out.
People are being dragged into the Thames by his scarf.
Don't ever go there, Mrs. Otto. There must be some way to jog his memory about this. Well, I mean, technically we had a fire, did we not?
We did.
Well, there was a fire technically in the apartment, so I mean, let's just start there. You clear if this guy says that during winter house fires are dire, so you have to open the windows to clear the smoke. So clearly, the window had to have been open. I don't know if I want to do this though.
Do it. Believe in the hearts of the cards, my friend.
These jurors' statements clearly contradict one another.
They do? How exactly, counsel?
Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me.
Huh? What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Juror number 3. Do you see? Oh, that's me. Oh, me? Oh, sorry, you meant me again, didn't you? See what, sir? Who's clearly not me? Did you not hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... Oh! Exactly. On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garrity household, and Mr. Garrity had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke. Oh my hat! Excuse me! Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that?
That is a lot of tea.
This is quite mesmerizing, actually.
That is a fish. That is efficient. Like, damn.
I'm sorry. That is like very efficient and just very.
Is this lady okay?
No
Mrs.
think, only
Garrity!
tea.
She
Dearie me!
she stress drinks tea, which is what I do.
What is
So.
the meaning of this? How dare you imply I'm hiding who I really am?
It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now.
What is it?
When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window?
Beg your pardon? What are you insinuating?
The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as it did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window.
What if we did? Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which I can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved battering.
Even though your house was on fire?
Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It'd be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise.
Of course, I should have realized.
Significant step forward, Mr. Norwood. You managed to establish that the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garrity's formal statement.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now we're actually having testimony exchange. So, it's clearly clear that if the window was open, then it's a possibility that one of those flaming books mysteriously leaped from his thing. Well, they have different pretenses now, so I'm just gonna trust them. Hold it! At the point when the victim was attacked on Briar Road, we know that there was a small house fire in Garrity's house on the opposite side of the street. Well, yes, it certainly seems that way. And when they counted the smoke, I imagine they would have had the windows wide open in spite of the cold. Again with the tea.
She stress drinks tea. I do that too.
We also know that Mrs. Garrity was throwing flaming books at her husband. Her husband, who was backed into a corner by a window due to his wife's frenzied attack. Yes, that's right. So there's definitely a chance that one of the books could have flown past the men and out the window. Only what? I can't really see how it could have gone all the way over to the other side of the road. That's all. Ah! So I don't really see how I could change my decision, really. Oh, I see. That wasn't enough? What's it going to take to persuade these people? Hold it! So, the fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garrity told us he had been reading.
I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading?
I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset?
Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on, as you well know.
I really don't.
I barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it.
Excuse me.
What is is it juror number 5? Frey.
You know something? I remember what it was. The memory I blocked out.
Ah.
It was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back.
wait, hold on. Is she that old? She's 38, dude.
How old's the husband?
Damn.
46.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
kind of not. Well, okay. To be fair, I guess by those standards, it's kind of old,
That's
I
like-
guess.
Yeah.
How old is this juror?
Anyway.
We don't know, I don't think.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Granny, you cheeky devil. I'm Mr. Scaredy or the maid, I'll have you know.
The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time.
It was about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home after work, like. I put my hand in my pocket for the wages I just earned that day, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out.
Oh dear, what a disaster.
You haven't heard the half of it, boy.
Oh.
The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time.
Oh no.
I could hardly get the words out. But I told her straight. I've lost the days of wages, love. Next thing I knew, bam! The blade was whistling past my ear, stuck into the wall next to me. It did, about an inch deep.
Oh.
No words, just terror.
I could smell it then, you know, that god-awful stench of the flames. I was sure it was going to end up face down in that muddy banks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchet, hammers, you name it.
You must be thinking that all women are so short-tempered and never fine.
No, I wasn't thinking like that.
Throwing household objects at people is just so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like.
What? Attack? Who are you going to attack?
Never mind. Anyway,
You know, just
just
the person himself.
man's words could be rather significant, I think.
Alright, I'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later.
Do not dare.
Do it.
Do not
do it.
question Susanoo. She already flips you over. You probably don't want to ask her about a bow.
Do it.
Hold it! Your wife really threw a kitchen knife at you?
That's right. She was chopping meat with it. Had a tiny edge on it, believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? It started with that smile she threw me when we were courting. And since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown long along with our relationship. There was a cup, and a glass, then a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub.
A bathtub.
Your
A
wife must be...
bathtub.
Your wife must be... Your wife must be even beefier than you.
And things came to a head last week when she threw me. Right into the Thames. Splash. Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really.
I'm so happy for you.
If you want to know what I think this whole idea of ladies first that we're so obsessed with in this country was thought up by some clever lads who've been tossed in the Thames a few too many times by their wives. Cheers to that.
That's a very interesting theory.
A terrible thought.
On the face of it, this first thing, it just sounds like a really extreme anecdote. But I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. A weapon I may be confused to make the jurors accept an alternative explanation. Well, I know what it is, but let's go safe because I'm not too confident in my thoughts. I want to at least get this out of the way.
Objection!
No! The music did not stop! The music, we all know, I know what that means. I know what that means. I know what
Metagaming.
happens.
Yeah, normally if the point has been made, the music stops to like up the intensity. That's how you normally know. It doesn't always stop, but
I think-
Objection!
there it
Those
is.
two statements clearly have a deep, significant connection.
Good grief! You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once!
Juror number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative?
Oh my. Whatever do you mean?
An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back.
What are you talking about?
Well, we've demonstrated that the fourth book, Lion's Pride, was found at the scene of the crime. It originated in Mr. Garrity's room at the top of his floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garrity household to the street below.
Eh? What's that now?
After all, Mrs. Garrity could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4?
What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole?
I'm beginning to think that ever since the true origins of the book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened.
Now, you listen here, you Easter Gala. As the foreman of this jury, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house. But what? What was it?
I'm really taking a big gamble here. That was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't had any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least, this warrants a further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way... The other object was, in fact, the jack... I'm pretty sure it's the jackknife.
Take that!
Juror number 4, Mrs. Garrity.
What? What now?
I must apologize in advance for this, but I need to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good lord, counsel! What on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was launched at the victim's back, man!
Did the judge use a man?
Yeah.
Yep.
My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrity were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garrity was hurling anything she could at her husband, who had been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene.
I can't seriously believe that. The book was found in the victim's grasp.
Are you saying that it flew out the window and across the street to land neatly in their hand?
Huh? Even my missus hasn't got a name like that.
Yes, admit there are many details we don't really understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why we must not allow this trial to end. Not right now!
Oh my.
Mrs. Garrity, your answer please. Have you seen this knife before or not?
Oh,
Thud.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, she collapsed! Oh, crap!
Hold on.
My lord.
I'm a woman of my word, after all.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions.
Mr. Foreman.
I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it, mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either.
All together now, ladies and gents.
Ta-da! Oh, wow, that was in one go, too. We did it.
Congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo.
So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors call guilty, against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided, and this trial will continue.
I like how she stole on the floor.
Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
You know what? We're gonna find out next time, unfortunately. Because I just meant to finish. I meant to get somewhere into that, but I think we can stop here for tonight.
Ace Attorney Z.
Next time.
Next time, Ace Attorney.
Okay,
We don't
thanks for
know.
watching. Stream is over. Go do something else. Bye. Good night.
Sleep.